Harry has just left his aunt and uncle's house. He plans on going to the Leaky Cauldron. To get there, Harry Potter takes the night bus. The night bus is a triple-decked purple bus used to help people in the wizard community travel extremely quickly in emergency situations. While accelerating through the streets of London, the bus is about to run over an elderly lady crossing the street. The bus driver slams on the brakes and the night bus stops immediately. This is impossible due to the laws of physics. We are going to assume the bus is traveling roughly 75 meters in about 2 seconds. To find the velocity, use the equation distance divided by time. When this is done, the initial velocity is 37.5 meters per second. The final velocity will be 0 because the bus is stopping. The average mass for a bus is about 9,000 kilograms. To find the force, use the equation mass times gravity. After doing this, you get 88,200 newtons. Now, assume that mu is 1. The acceleration is negative 9.8 because the bus is stopping. To find the final velocity, use the formula final velocity squared equals initial velocity squared plus 2AD. When you plug it in and solve, it should take 71.74 meters for the bus to stop. In the movie, the bus stops in about 2 meters. Therefore, this does not follow the laws of physics.
Another example of bad physics in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is when the lake freezes over instantly. Harry Potter is running through a dark and gloomy forest when he comes up upon Sirius Black, who is lying on the ground, wounded next to a large lake. While he is leaning over Sirius, a cluster of Dementors come into sight. Dementors can be described as creatures that suck the life and happiness out of things. In this particular scene, the Dementors fly in towards Harry and Sirius. As they are flying in, the large lake that Harry and Sirius are next to began to freeze over because the Dementors were sucking the heat out of the lake. This defies the laws of physics. This is an example of an inaccurate convection heat transfer. It is impossible for heat to transfer that fast, causing the lake to go from a normal temperature to frozen in a matter of seconds. Even if it was possible for the lake to freeze over that fast, the drastic temperature change would have affected Harry and Sirius in some shape or form.
Bad physics is shown again in the scene where Harry Potter confronts Snape. This is an example of bad physics for 2 reasons. At the beginning of the clip, the house behind Harry and Snape erupts into flame. The reason this defies the laws of physics is because it's close to impossible for a house to suddenly explode. In order for something to just explode, the conditions must be just right. The house must explode if the gas tank inside contains an explosive mixture and somewhere on that tank is an opening for flames and other hazardous materials to enter. It is more common for a fire to intrude on the outside of the tank, vaporizing the gasoline inside, causing the tank to fill with an extreme amount of pressure and then explode. Another example in the clip of defying physics is when Snape casts a spell on Harry. The magic in the particular scene goes against the law of conservation of energy. The law of conservation of energy says that energy cannot be created, just transformed. In this scene, the energy is created from Snape's wand, causing Harry to fly back. The energy just seems to appear out of nowhere. The law states that energy cannot be created, just transformed, and in this case, it is created. Therefore, this defies the laws of physics.
Diagon Alley! See? It's quite easy, dear. Don't be afraid.
In the Harry Potter movies, they use flue powder. Flue powder can be best described as a neon green powder that is used to transport the characters to an already determined location. The powder allows the wizards to travel in the flue network, which connects some of the wizard houses and buildings. The flue powder as well as network is not accurate in physics. The network is not right because in order for it to work, you would need to travel faster than the speed of light and sound. Light travels at 299,792 kilometers per second, which is impossible to travel faster than. Sound travels at 332 meters per second, which is also extremely fast, but can be done. It is impossible to teleport to places. Also, it goes against physics to be able to jump into fire and still be able to live without sustaining any injury. Fire is about 2,600 to 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit. It is impossible to be able to survive these conditions.
Look out the window. Lucio.
Another example of bad physics/science in the Harry Potter movie series is the use of magic wands. Throughout the entire Harry Potter series, wands are used in every movie. They play a dominant role in films and are very symbolic to the series. However, the use of these wands is extremely bad science. It is impossible to say a few magic words and kill a person or transport to any location. The countless times Harry Potter and the other characters use magic wands in the movies is obviously bad science.
Another example of false science is when Harry Potter and the other characters ride on their broomsticks. This is bad physics because when flying through the air, you will always experience air resistance, gravity, and drag. It is impossible for humans to fly due to their force of gravity. Gravity pulls humans down to the earth. Humans are too heavy and don't produce enough energy to fly on their own. Calculations have been done that reveal that the ratio of strength to size. To determine the amount of air resistance, one can use the formula F air equals kV squared. Using this will help one determine the amount of air resistance that will affect Harry or one of the other characters when flying through the air on a broomstick.